Welcome to Toastmaster Time, the show that has everyone talking. Tonight's show is a very different show because we have the elected officers for District 57 with us to tell us a little bit more about their hopes and dreams and where they're going with the district. With me right now is the incoming district governor, Tod Henry. So welcome to the show, Tod.
Thank you, Ashley.
I'm glad you're here. Tell us a little bit about how you came to be into district government with Toastmasters.
I was dragged kicking and screaming.
Okay, I think many of us were.
Absolutely.
And how has it been since then?
It's been a blast. I've been able to meet a lot of wonderful people. People have helped me out more than I can imagine. I've hopefully spoken some words into their lives and helped bring some people along on the ride. And I've grown more than I could possibly imagine.
You've already been an officer in the district for two terms, and now you're the captain of the ship. How does that make you feel?
Very special, honored, and I hope to just continue to meet a lot of people, speak positively, and encourage more people to take the journey that will help them reach their goals.
Okay. The district officers typically have a vision of what they want to see in the district. What is your vision for the coming term?
To continue to speak positively to people, to bring people and put them into new opportunities that they may not have had before. Of course, to support the distinguished district, club, area, and division goals, and mostly to help members achieve what they've signed up for, that they would hit their goals and become better speakers and leaders.
Do you have a first priority for the coming term?
To be positive to people and to give more than I expect to receive. It's a servant leader.
Servant leader, okay, that's good. Now, you're going to be in this office for a whole year. Let's think ahead. At mid-year, what would you be looking back on and seeing as a major accomplishment, do you think?
Hopefully my sanity.
Your sanity, I think you've got your sanity well under control, Todd. I don't think it's going to be a problem like that. Do you have a specific legacy you'd like to leave?
Yes, I hope we have a bunch of new clubs that we've started this year. I hope we have more leaders that say, yes, I'd like to help at TLI. I'd like to speak at conferences. I'd like to be a district officer, and that I've helped people become area governors and earn their distinguished Toastmaster and speak in places that they'd never imagined that they could.
Excellent, very good. Okay, you've come to also give us a speech, so I'm going to give you a minute to get to your mark, and while that's happening, I'm going to tell our audience a little bit more about the duties of a district governor. The district governor is the leader of all of the officers and all of the officer corps in the district. Now that means there's several governors, there's division and area governors, there's a lot of other people that rely on the district governor. So, our district governor coming in, Tod Henry, has come to give us a speech, and his speech title is Make a Difference. Please help me welcome Tod Henry with Make a Difference.
Each of us joined Toastmasters for a reason. Most of us joined to overcome our fears of speaking before a group. We start with table topics generally. I remember the first time I walked into a club, had no expectation of what was going to happen, and I watched these people get up and speak. I thought, my gosh, they were born professional speakers. Then they started table topics. You know, those impromptu questions that we don't prepare for? And the third person called was yours truly. I walked up with the confidence of a pirate going to the gallows. I had no confidence. They asked me a question. I don't remember what it was. I fumbled and stammered and awed my way through about 55 seconds. Those people clapped and cheered. I could not imagine it. I walked back to my chair, watched the rest of the meeting, and every single one of them came up and said, you need to come back next week. It gets easier each time. I found that to be true. Tevis Thompson was a member of that club that I joined. And after my third speech, he came up and asked me, Tod, what message are you trying to give your audience? I'm not trying to give a message, Tevis. I'm trying to survive 5 to 7 minutes. He laughed and he said, okay, I can appreciate that. But at some point that's going to change. And then it's going to be what's inside you that you want people to know. And more importantly, why is your audience investing their time to listen to you? I've never forgotten those questions, and they guide me to this day. Then he suggested I run for club office. I became president. and then it was on to district leadership. Because he said you can grow more and you can have influence on people and speak in front of new groups. Because secretly, one of my goals was to be able to walk into a group of 500 people that I didn't know and somehow find a way to connect. And I've done that. I was a target speaker at District 4. I've spoken at demo meetings. And each one of you can continue that journey. Why did you join? Do you want to be a professional speaker? Do you want to be a trainer for your job? Do you want to get that next super big promotion at work? Toastmasters has the answers for each one of you, no matter what your goals are. We need help in our district, speaking at conferences, training at TLI, being an area governor or on the district team. There are numerous opportunities for hundreds of people each year. I would encourage you to accept one of those challenges. Learn to speak outside of your club. This fall, we're going to have our evaluation contest. We'll need target speakers. That's where you get to walk into a new club and have 5 or 6 people evaluate you. Man, you'll grow if you do that. So what is it that you're after? Again, each one of us has a goal. Only you know what your goals are, but I'm here to tell you that we can help you achieve your goals. You see, when we walk outside and we gain this skill of learning to speak before a group, we have something that people need out in the world. You have a story to tell. The world wants to hear your story. Go out there and make a difference.
Thank you, Tod Henry. The district has 3 officers leading them. We have with us the Lieutenant Governor of Education and Training, Teri McDonald. What brought you to district government service?
Well, it wasn't by choice. It was accidental. That's what I have to say about that.
And the accident was okay?
Well, I'm here now.
That's good. What was was there a specific thing that made you decide to become a district officer?
I was really interested in being a public relations officer and really honing the communication skills. Then our current district governor leaned over and tapped me on the shoulder when there was an opening. And here I am.
Yes, I think I've felt that tap before. Most of the officers come into their position and they have a vision for what they want to do. What vision do you have?
I would like to see that we build better teams, more teams throughout the district this year. I think that that's important with education and training, that we have more teams of people working in the different areas of Toastmasters.
That sounds like a leadership goal is mixed in there somewhere. What do you think about that?
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, I like that. Do you have a first priority on your agenda?
How about just to get through this week?
Okay, fine, that's all right. Now, I have asked before, if you were at the mid-year point looking back, what would you hope to see as a major accomplishment?
I would hope to see that we have clubs that are far well into the DCP program, that they've achieved a lot of their individual goals far earlier than normal.
Okay, DCP. Do you have a legacy that you would like to leave with the district?
I hope that everything that I do, I can pass on to the next officer, and that whatever we build this year continues from year to year.
Well, I applaud you for the vision and for your legacy that you're looking at. Having an education and training session is very important to Toastmasters, but now it's very important for us to give you time to get to your marks because you're going to give us a speech. And while you're doing that, I'm going to tell the audience a little bit more about the education and training opportunities with Toastmasters. A lot of people are unaware of the fact that we have an extensive training program, not only to teach people how to do speeches, but also how to be leaders in their own organizations. It's a very broad group of training. It's basically free, and you also get a lot of other training that goes along with this. And now, let's hear from our Lieutenant Governor of Education and Training, Teri McDonald, with your speech, Together We Can.
Fellow Toastmasters and the general audience out there, hi! I want to explain to you how I came to be a district officer. I was tapped on the shoulder mid-year and made Lieutenant Governor of Marketing. At the time, I was only given a few resources. In other words, Lieutenant Governor of Marketing goes and starts out lots of clubs. And what happened was I had no club leads. And I stepped into this role all by myself. And that's not the place to be, to step into a leadership role by yourself. In the following weeks, 3 weeks as a matter of fact, I gained the support, and the people around me were able to provide me leads and give me the training that I needed. I don't want that to happen to anyone else in our district. I want to see that we build teams this year, and I believe that together we can. I'd like to see that we build education teams, we build training teams, we go out, and if a club needs coaching, that we have coaches available for those clubs, because together we can. I have found in my years of Toastmasters that I have truly built relationships and friendships, and when I needed help as an individual, as in a leadership position, I found that I could pick up the phone and call those people. We have great resources in District 57, and together we should be able to build a greater district, more clubs, more people, and clubs that support each other. I'd love to see areas come together, and areas to work with their clubs, and areas to work with their divisions, and divisions to help the district, because it's all about where you start. Just like me, I was one person in a leadership role, and now I see the value of building teams, and I know that together we can really succeed for District 57. I am so happy to be of service for this district, and that's what it's all about. Being of service. You join Toastmasters to be a better speaker, and as you get to know fellow Toastmasters and more members, you find that you step into the role and you want to be of service, to be at a club meeting, to be at a district event. These events don't put themselves on by themselves. It's every member together, and together we can do it. And I look forward to a fabulous year in District 57, and I know that together we can do it.
Thank you, Teri and McDonald. In the district, one of the officers is in charge of marketing to all of the people. Lieutenant Governor of Marketing is Steve Taddei, and I want to welcome Steve to the show. Welcome, Steve.
Hello, Ashley.
So tell us how long you've been in Toastmasters, Steve.
I've been in Toastmasters for 6 years.
And what brought you to Toastmasters?
I'm in medical sales, and I thought joining Toastmasters would help me with my communication skills.
Well, it sounds to me like you also have a lot of marketing experience, so that should help you too.
A little bit of marketing. Most of it is what I do is direct contact with the customers, but I do some marketing also.
Okay. Now, what specific thing made you decide to become a district officer?
What specific thing? More general things, I think. I'm a person that, as a member, I like to be where the action is. And I went to a few district conferences, a few training sessions. I met some of the district officers at the time, and I thought I'd enjoy doing it.
Okay. Well, a district officer typically takes on the task in their officer's role, but they have a vision to go with it. What is your vision for your role?
Well, my vision is to build a lot of teams. One of the things we're going to do in marketing is build demo teams that'll go into organizations and start Toastmasters clubs. So it'll be a lot of teamwork.
Mm-hmm. And do you have in that team building a first priority?
My first priority is to make sure there's a demo team in every division, every one of the 7 divisions in District 57.
I see. Well, you're going to be in office for a year. Let's think about 6 months down the road when you turn around and look back at mid-year. What is it you hope to see you have accomplished?
What I hope to see is those 7 teams are actively going into organizations and promoting Toastmasters and building clubs.
I see. There'll be a legacy that you have left when you finally move on. Have you got some thoughts about what you want to see in that?
What I want to see after I'm finished this year is that the general member of District 57 realizes what's in it for them to help build new clubs.
I see. Now, the Lieutenant Governor of Marketing also has a responsibility for membership in the clubs. What is your activity there?
My activity there is to do my best to make sure the clubs are quality. And there's some clubs that are thriving and doing very well. They would be under the category of select or President's Distinguished. There's some clubs that are struggling a little bit. My job would be to help them out with a club coach or an experienced Toastmaster that might help them out.
Excellent. Well, it's time for me to let you take your mark to give your presentation and speech. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to tell the audience at home a little bit more about the marketing effort within Toastmasters. Each of the officers we talked to had a specific role. Lieutenant Governor of Marketing is a person who is looking for the new opportunities for people who are not Toastmasters yet, but wish to get into Toastmasters, to find new clubs and also to build membership. So to that, let's hear from Steve today with his speech, Toastmasters and Your Comfort Zone.
Comfort zones. Have you ever thought about how crippling it is when you surrender to your comfort zones? Ladies and gentlemen, that is a genius of Toastmasters. Toastmasters allows you to identify and escape from the comfort zones that are keeping you from reaching your goals. It starts when you do your icebreaker speech. For a new member, the icebreaker speech is 4 to 6 minutes of pure terror. They're speaking in front of 12 to 15 people who they really don't know, and they're wondering if they're going to get through it. What they find out is they always get through it, and after they go to 2 or 3 more meetings, they're feeling more comfortable, and they actually realize they're speaking in front of their friends. They find themselves smack dab in the middle of another comfort zone. There's a way out of the comfort zone. At about that point, these members will get an offer to take on a club position, maybe sergeant at arms, maybe secretary, maybe one of the vice president positions. They'll hold a club office, they'll get new skills, and at some point they might want to take on a district office. This year, my job is Lieutenant Governor of Marketing. The focus of my job will be to create a climate where members bring in new members to District 57 by building new clubs. My idea for this year is to help members find out what's in it for them to build new clubs. And I believe what's in it for them is the fact that building new clubs is the most exciting and most impactful thing you can do as a Toastmaster. I've got 2 examples. In Alameda in 2011, Valerie Grogg, who was a member of Island City Toastmasters, got together with a group of her friends and formed Alameda Tongue Twisters. Their first year, they were an excellent club. They were what we call Select Distinguished. The second and third year of their existence, Alameda Tongue Twisters reached the top. They were President's Distinguished. Valerie said that experience had a big impact on her life because she came into Toastmasters with the idea of changing her own life. But when she started Tongue Twisters, she realized that by bringing new people into the Toastmasters, she had the potential of helping them change their life. Valerie Grogg had an impact on Toastmasters, she had an impact on her own personal growth, and she had an impact on every member of Alameda Tongue Twister. Now, how would you feel if you were able to change the culture where you work? You're working for a company with 500 people, and you actually have the ability to change the culture. You can change it by starting a Toastmasters club on your job. Companies all over the world use their conference rooms to have regular Toastmasters meetings. At any given meeting, the Vice President of Human Resources could be giving an icebreaker speech that's evaluated by a distinguished Toastmaster who might work in the mailroom. That's an amazing way to have an impact on your job. Employees at every level of the company has the opportunity to display their skills and talents to managers and supervisors throughout the organization. In San Leandro, a woman named Savita Soltar started Stagecoach Warriors at Wells Fargo Bank. She made an impact on her company. She made an impact with the members of the club. And in their first year as a club, they reached President's Distinguished. So what can you do to help District 57? As I said when I was talking with Ashley, we're going to form demo teams. And all we need from the members of District 57 are your ideas, your referrals. If you work for a company that could benefit by having Toastmasters, let us know. If your spouse or significant other works for a company that could benefit with Toastmasters, let us know. And our demo team will go out together and we can take a few steps out of our comfort zone. We can make an impact and we can change the culture in the places where we work.
Thank you, Steve. Today, incoming Lieutenant Governor of Marketing. On another note, this week, Toastmasters lost a very good friend, mentor, and leader. To eulogize our good friend is our incoming District Governor, Tod Henry, with his presentation, Tevis Thompson, Distinguished Toastmaster.
Our Chief Ambassador, Tevis Thompson, had a massive stroke on Saturday. He passed away today, June 24th. He had been a Toastmaster for over 16 years, a mentor and a friend to most of us. We gave him another Distinguished Toastmaster Award this spring. And he always said Toastmasters was the second best gift he ever gave himself. The first was quitting smoking. He was a friend to District 57 and Toastmasters around the world. If you attended any of the international conferences, he knew everybody there as well as he did here in our district. He spoke into people's lives and he encouraged them. I have to tell you, I would not be here today if it wasn't for Tevis. He saw more in me than I ever imagined was possible. He pulled and he pushed some of us along because he saw that we could achieve the things that he saw in us. While he's gone and left a huge hole, he has a legacy that will continue. You and I are part of his harvest, the seeds that he sowed into our lives. He went out there with the mission of helping people be better speakers. Do you remember those little handwritten notes he gave to speakers and Toastmasters and presidents and evaluators and timers and odd counters? Those little handwritten notes of encouragement. I still have a drawer full of those. I hope that you have a bunch of them too. I also hope that you'll write those notes to other people to encourage them to take on the journey that Tevis encouraged you to do. Tevis has this legacy. It's the tradition of what Ralph Smedley envisioned, of helping others stand up and learn to speak. I will tell you, today was a difficult day, but I had committed to come here to speak a month ago. Part of me would rather have been somewhere else, but Tevis expected me to be here. I gave my word, I committed to speak. It's my honor to have known Tevis, and I know that each one of us that crossed paths with Tevis, it wasn't by accident. It's that we can continue, that we can have that voice, that we can speak with what's inside of us, that we'll continue that legacy of Tevis Thompson. On Facebook right now, there's a picture of Tevis, that customary smile of his. That's what I remember of Tevis, along with all those handwritten notes and encouraging, yes, you can do it. Yes, speak once a month. Yes, you can help change people's lives. Give to others more than you expect to receive. That's the legacy of Tevis.
Thank you, Tod Henry. Toastmaster Time is a production of District 57 Toastmasters. If you want to find out more information about us here I would invite you to attend and see us on the website, www.toastmastertime.com. Also, we have information about District 57 at www.d57.org. And of course, there's always Toastmasters International, which is Toastmasters.org. But for the moment, I have Tod Henry back with me. And Tod, thank you very much for that eulogy. Tevis was a very personal friend of mine, and I'm sure many other Toastmasters.
Absolutely.
Tod, these are the last minutes of our show here, and I want to ask you, do you have any other message for us and for the audience at watching the show?
I would encourage everybody that thinks they can't speak that you can. Every single one of us started that journey, and I know people think, oh, there's no way I could ever do that. We've all been there, right, Ashley?
Yes, we have. That's true. We have.
And yet every single one of us, if we can just get up there and, like Tevis said, speak once a month. Come every week, but speak once a month.
Speak once a month.
Give a speech once a month.
I know that you're going to experience speaking more often than that as a district governor, and I wish you the best of luck with you and all of your team for this coming year for District 57. You're going to have a lot of great experiences, and I know it's going to be good for everyone, including our district. And now, my friend, it's time to thank you and thank the team to come on board for Teri McDonald and Steve today. We are at the point now of thanking the audience for coming. This is Toastmaster Time Television. We come to you from the Media Center in Palo Alto. It is a production of District 57, and I gave you information on where you could go for more information. I'm Ashley Harkness, your host for Toastmaster Time, and from all of us here, the presenters, the workers, everyone who makes this possible, thank you for showing up, coming with us, and I invite you to come back to Toastmaster Time, where everybody's talking.